What's going on, legends? I want to talk about my first live show experiences and the things I learned in those first two shows that I did in both Melbourne and Dallas, Texas for DreamHack. There was a lot of learnings from it, so I want to share that with you today, and maybe you can learn something from it too if you're about to go into doing live shows. Let's start with Melbourne. Melbourne DreamHack was incredible. It was my first live show experience, and it was on an arena stage, a giant fucking arena stage. You know, with the arena sound, there was even a poster at the venue that said that Pink was going to be performing on that stage. So it was just an insane first show to have at a venue like that. The backstage crew and everything, those guys were incredible. The day before the show, we did sound checks, so I came in, and I think that was where I was most nervous. That morning, it was like 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning, I got to the venue, and I loaded all my gear in, guitar and stuff, and straight away, you know, the stage guy that brought me in, he's like, sweet, when you're ready, man, let's get you fucking set up, ready to go. You got this much time allocated, let's do the sound check now. So I started plugging everything in, setting everything up, and you know, talking to the sound guy on stage. You can hear him in the fold-back monitors there, and we're just adjusting levels. And then we did probably a good 5 minutes or so of just jamming the set, and everything was sweet. And then so yeah, come show day, right before I was about to go on, you know. The set started playing, and it's just one giant audio track with a video going on. I'm on side stage, ready to go on. I was pretty calm, you know, waiting there before my time came up. I was just like going through the riffs, just like warming up the hands and stuff. And yeah, so I was about to go on. It started playing, and what I wanted to do, because I was using a wireless guitar unit at the time, I wanted to do like a little strum to make sure that the connection's there with the guitar and the wireless. And I went to do the strum, and nothing came through. I was like, shit. And I told the stage guy, and you can see him, he kind of runs on stage while the intro is playing, and he unplugs it and plugs it back in. You hear a bit of a noise, and then you hear me do a little chug. And I was like, thank God, okay, sweet. So I went on stage, a little relieved there, and just went and done my set. And you can hear every now and then there's a little bit of cutting out of the wireless unit. And I thought that was, you know, a result of that being unplugged, plugged back in. Sometimes you got to take out the transmitter and plug it into the receiver box so it recalibrates, and then you plug it back into your guitar and you're good to go. So I thought that's what's happened. Which was okay, you know, it happened every now and then. It was a little bit shit when it did, but that's all right. And then the other thing that happened, I noticed, was during the Stirring Seas song that I have, the solo, right as the solo comes up, I went into it way too early. And you can hear me kind of flop the solo, the start of the solo there. That was just, you know, that's on me, and it's probably the nerves in my hands. You know, I don't know what happened there, just kind of bombed there. Just made sure that next time that came up, that I was gonna wait for that drum fill to finish before we go into solo. And on the next show in Dallas, Texas, I fucking nailed it. So it was all good. Let's go! Yeah, but yeah, biggest learning from that experience at the Melbourne DreamHack, the very first show at an arena, probably just the wireless unit. Just make sure that fucking thing's working from the get-go, and it's not gonna, you know, cut in and out and all that shit. So when it came DreamHack Dallas, I traveled to Dallas, Texas. It was about a 24-hour journey through an interdimensional portal, and I think jet lagged a little bit, like 13 hours or something. You know, Dallas is about 13 hours behind me right now. And so I went in for sound check the day before, and I think it was like 3 p.m. So it was like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. for me, for my skeletal system. Not a big deal. I was pretty wired, pretty excited. Did my sound check. Everything was sweet. Met the crew there, legendary crew. But yeah, so the next day was show day, and it was on Friday, the first day of DreamHack Dallas, and I was on at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. It was like an hour after the event opened, so people were going to be walking in and kind of hearing heavy metal get blasted. So a couple of big things happened, and a lot of learning came from this show. And we'll start with the big one, which was the audio problem that I had. Right before I was about to go on, same thing, man. Like, the video is playing, the song is firing up, there's some kind of dialogue going on with the video, and I'm about to walk on stage, can't hear the backing track in my ears. No backing track at all. I can hear it subtly outside of my in-ears, but couldn't hear it, so I let the stage guy know, who communicates with the sound guy with a microphone. I told him, I saw him talking to the microphone, don't know what he was saying, but I assumed he was communicating with the sound guy, and I thought, okay, my cue to go on stage is coming right up. So I went on stage, thinking it was going to get sorted out, but it did not. It didn't get pushed through to my ears. I couldn't hear any of my backing track for that first intro song, which was like 2 minutes long or something. Walking on stage, not hearing the track, it kind of sent me into a panic. The very first fucking riff I did for that intro song was like, it was the wrong kind of riff, and I just bombed the whole thing, man. And that intro song kind of blends into the first main song of the set. So after the intro song finished, you can probably see I was trying to signal to the stage guy that I couldn't hear anything. Eventually I just walked off stage while the show was playing, and just talked to the sound guy, say, hey, I can't hear anything, man, it's not coming through. And then he did talk again to the sound guy. It got pushed through, I could hear it. I was like, sweet. So I went and walked back on stage. Straight away as I went to play, the guitar wireless unit cut out again. But this time it was really bad. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna deal with this. I unplugged the damn thing. I went and got the cable, plugged it in. And then I went to start playing, and the guitar was way too loud. I could not hear the backing track still over my guitar. So I just did the rest of the song like it was out of time. It was pretty fucking rough, but I just had to get through it. Because after that first song, there was like an interlude part where I could talk to the audience. And so I straight away I said hello, and I said, can I please get the backing track turned up in here and my guitar turned down? All right, DreamHack, how's it going? Sorry, a little bit of audio issues going on here. Can I please get my guitar turned down in the IEMs and the track up a little bit? And of course they did that, and the rest of the show was good after that. I could hear everything. Yeah, there was a lot there going on, and it kind of struck a panic in me when that's going on, you know, and that's where the nerves start to set in. When things go wrong, that's where you get nervous, you know, and you try to deal with it in real time. I think I did okay, you know, but the biggest learning from that was that, you know, if I'm about to go on stage and I can't hear anything, and all the audio all the sound that we did at sound check is not working as it should be, then I'm not going on stage. I'm gonna get that shit sorted out and restart the set if we have to, and then go on and do it right. You know, I don't want to put any fucking blame on the sound guys. There was a lot going on, and when you kind of backstage and you see them work, you know, those guys are under the pump, and there's a lot of shit going on, a lot of turning wheels going on. after the show, he was telling me that there was just like a misplacement of settings from the sound check, and that, yeah, it was a bit of a shit show for them. I think all in all, it wasn't too bad of a thing. In fact, I'm really glad it did happen, because it taught me how to deal with that better, and yeah, get those learnings from that negative experience, I suppose. So that was a big one. That was a big learning experience for me, and yeah, super glad that it happened for that reason. It's gonna happen eventually in your live shows. And more than once, right? There's gonna be shit that's gonna go wrong. The next thing that might happen is my guitar string breaks, which I actually planned for that. I had like a spare set of strings on the side and some wire cutters ready to go. Another main thing that I would do better next time. Couldn't really control this too much, but these songs that I played at the show, they were brand new songs. The first like 5 songs, they were brand new songs that I wrote on stream only like 2 months before the show. I wrote, recorded, and performed those songs on the stream about 2 months before the show, leading up to the show. I rehearsed those songs as much as I could physically before the show. I feel like another couple of months of rehearsing those songs would have been better. But I think overall, I played okay, despite all that shit. Especially the last song, doing Stirring Seas at the end and nailing the start of the solo. I was really happy about that, things did get a lot better, and it kind of gradually got a lot better after that audio shit happened. But yeah, great experience. I did learn a lot from it. That was fun as well because, it gave me that experience of playing with that jet lag as well. I always think about that when bands travel around the world, how they deal with, being awake at times where they should be asleep and like having to put on a fucking, 1 hour, 2 hour show when physically they feel like they should be in bed. And that was me at Dallas DreamHack, and it was okay. I was just super excited and wired that whole time, which kept me going. I think one big change I will make for future shows from these 2 experiences at these DreamHacks is I'm not going to use this wireless guitar unit ever again for a live show like that. I'm sorry, Line 6, but it's time that I upgrade to a more high-end, professional quality guitar wireless unit. And I think I'll probably go with something like the Shure wireless units. They are like industry standard live show wireless systems. They're not cheap, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. Those things will last years as well. So I'm going to be doing that for the next shows. That's going to be one big thing that I change. The next thing is I didn't do any vocal performance with my original songs there at those shows. I just did not feel confident with my voice, with putting on a good show vocally. It's something that intimidates me a bit still. I need to find that confidence a bit more, and so I think I just gotta keep on practicing with the voice and the guitar. So one big thing I'm gonna start doing, my friends, is I'm going to regularly go to a rehearsal room. There's a rehearsal room, or a rehearsal studio, I should say, on planet Earth, where they have a bunch of rooms that bands can hire out for about 5 hours, and they can rehearse their music in there. It's going to be about Thursday, the 27th of June, at about 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do a live stream at this rehearsal room. I'm going to play through the set. It's going to go for probably like 3 or 4 hours, just going through the songs and of course doing the vocals as well, and just getting that confidence. The good thing about these rooms is they're set up for like the live show experience. So anything I can do to have that gig simulation as close as I can to get tighter and better at playing, that's what I'm doing. That is like a mentality that I have right now that I want to focus on, because I would love to do more live shows and bring my live streams to the stage. And I think this will be a good starting point. We'll do a couple of those, and then I'll hit up some promoters, and we will get some live shows organized again. If anyone has any live music experiences they want to share in the comments, and learnings they also picked up along the way, please do. I would love to read them. I would love to learn from your experiences, and I'm sure other people watching this video would love to learn too. I want to say thank you for watching, and if you did get something from this video, subscribe, and you can check out my other shit, you know. Come by the live stream too on Kick. We rock out my original songs and cover songs, covers by like Trivium, Metallica, Gojira, Death, Lamb of God. Even got, you know, a Tenacious D song in there too. All kinds of bangers, man. So come on by. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.